Hi everyone, it's Susie and I'm back with another video in my series of the top 10 blocks to happiness. And the one I'm going to speak about today I have termed stinking thinking, or another phrase is catastrophizing. Now, I was the queen of this, and this is another one tied in with living in the future. It is a huge anxiety causer. Now, if you're a person who does this, most of your sentences will start with two words. What if? What if I don't get the job? What if I never meet the right person and I'm alone the rest of my life? What if I go to give that presentation at work and I can't forget anything that I need to say? Now, a lot of people do this, but the catastrophizers take it that little bit further. Let me give you some examples. What if I don't get that job? That will become, then I will be miserable for the rest of my life and never achieve what I want. What if I don't meet anyone and stay single for the rest of my life? Then I will die alone with my cat and it will take days for anyone to find me. What if I go to give that presentation at work and I go a total blank? Then they may realise that I don't know what I'm doing and they'll fire me. That is catastrophizing. Now let me give you an example that you might have come across if you're a parent who's ever had a child who's just got their licence, and this is a true story. The first week my daughter got her licence, I gave her strict instructions that whenever she got from home to where she was going, she needed to message me. Now, it was the first week and she was driving to Brisbane and I didn't hear from her. And when it got to the time that I knew she absolutely should have been there, worry kicked in. She's had an accident. She's had an accident or someone's carjacked her, and I tried ringing her and then her phone wouldn't answer, so then I just went into even more of a spiral into all of the terrible things. I was just about to ring the police, and then she finally messaged me and she'd left her phone in the car and she went to have fun with friends and just, slipped her mind. The anxiety that you can cause yourself by this habit is just off the chart. So what are some ways that we can stop ourselves from doing this? Well, I guess the first step is just saying, is it true? Is it true? Is that what's happening? Is this thought realistic? How likely is this to happen? It could be something so far-fetched that you've come up with in your mind that it's just, when you stop and look at it and, realistically look at it, you can go, no, don't be silly. What are the thoughts you're having? What is it trying to tell you? Maybe you're living on your nerves. Maybe you are, in a highly anxious state because of other things that are going on in your life. And so you just overreact to everything. Another really important thing is to figure out what you can control and you can't, because I would guarantee that a lot of this comes back to being a person that likes to have control over some part of their life because there's other parts that they can't. That's a really painful way to live. Because you're always on the edge trying to control everything. And it's impossible, you can't do it. if you find that even asking all of these questions or really looking at it isn't helping you, talk it over with someone you trust. Run your concerns past them, a level-headed friend or family member, and let them reflect it back at you. And it's a really powerful way to do it, because if you talk to someone you trust about the anxiety that's going on in your head, all these what ifs, and they can give that back to you and make you realise that, you know, it's not going to happen, most likely. It's just a story you've created in your head. It can really lessen that anxiety. So I hope that that's helped you stop and think about more of the stories that we tell ourselves in our heads and challenge them. And with that will come a lot more inner peace and calm and a much better way to live. Thanks so much, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.